Hello, welcome back to Magic with Melly here on a Thursday. It's a Tarot Thursday here on the channel. And I really quickly just want to share with you the breakdown of how today's video is going to go. Definitely don't forget to like or comment, share, subscribe if you need to. And I would really appreciate that. It would definitely help the channel and help spread the energy and spread the help. Anyway, we have Mystical Medleys Tarot, we have Wonderland Tarot, we have the Kawaii Tarot, and we have the Kipper Oracle. And so we're going to shuffle everything live. We're going to get into the messages quickly. Before we get into everything, I have the Justice card and I have the Seven of Pentacles. So to me here, it's indicating that growth is a matter of what's right for you, and some of us, we get very agitated. We get very enthusiastic even sometimes. Sometimes we see both ends of like having moods or feelings towards it, both positive and negative towards our growth, what we should be picking, what we should have in our lives moving forward, who we should grow with, what situations we should grow, whether it's work or family, growing a family, having growing like a connection with another friend or even another person intimately. These are things that you're considering, right? Different things of which you could put your energy towards. You don't know what to grow. And some things, some areas you're forced to learn things that you were like, I didn't want to have that lesson. Like I wasn't ready for like to just be thrown into certain things. And that's what we're here to talk about, whether we want to follow through or not. Because last reading on Monday, earlier this week, we were talking about expectations. Do we want to follow through with that? Do we want to grow in some of these things that are going on with us? We have the Seven of Swords peeking out over there, if you see, and it's covered in yellow. So it's definitely just being strong in your decision making and going, this does not serve me. Let me leave these things behind, right? Wanted or unwarranted. Some things are just unwarranted. You just don't want that around. You don't want, some of us are dealing with people who don't want to grow. Some of us, don't want that around. Some of us are dealing with people who keep poking us to grow, and you're just really comfortable, and you're like, I don't see why, like, do you think I'm immature? Like, some of us, there's more than one energy going on here in the collective. It's conflicting, and I think that's why you need this justice here, some sort of court system. I think some of us are here with needing paperwork done, needing to go to court for some people, and the decision's hard to go there. But that's a very, very unique message for some about the justice card. Justice needing to be served, and you need to go through the legal processes of things, going to court, actually driving yourself to the courthouse and saying, hey, what paperwork do I need to fill out in order to get myself what I need? Some of us need to hear that is the step that you need to take. Some of us recently did take this step. Some of us are avoidant of the step. Some of us are moving forward on the step. Whatever you need to ensure your safety, but all in all, that there's something going on here in which the decision making, it looms over your head, and I'm picking up on addictive behavior. Definitely with this Devil card picking out. I have the deck, and that was what was behind the devil card. Was what was behind that. So it's also like we do have addictive behaviors, and spirit wants to indicate to those who have that element in their lives to consider, bringing, you or your partner or the system to right, to being right. And it's all about playing the right cards, planting the seeds and doing things in the right season, right? We have seasons. And so, like, you wouldn't plant, uh, like the game Stardew or even like in Animal Crossing, I'm sure. Like, there's an appropriate season for different things, just like when we have seasonal flavors at Starbucks. And so you can just pick and choose when it's an appropriate time to do what is right by you, or right by the situation, or right by everyone involved. And if it doesn't have to be so immediate or so like instant. Yeah, it doesn't have to be so instantaneous, and it doesn't have to be so far in the future either. You could do the little steps daily and daily and daily, and then pretty soon, like, before you know it, it'll work that way. And that's what my intention is here with my YouTube channel. And I hope that it inspires those who actually want to make a YouTube channel for themselves. I definitely recommend you do that for yourself. I think anything is possible. But moving forward, let's read more of the tarot and see what's going on. I think first, like, for the most part, let's just go through thoughts and feelings and intentions moving forward, whether it's like whether you realize it's you, how you feel, or you're wondering about how your person or how the situation is feeling about you. However it works for you, apply it how it works for your situation. But this is all in all thoughts and feelings and intentions for the collective, like what's going on and what to be going forward with. How to, move forward with the manifesting in whatever is in your heart space currently. The messages shall resonate how you see fit. We'll see what happens. So this is the Wonderland Tarot. Let's see what's going on with the collective right now. We have here the first card that just like crazy pops out is the Three of Swords. I definitely see that. And the Three of Hearts, but reverse. So let me see. This is back of the deck energy for that. Four of Pentacles, but reverse. With the Seven of Swords energy of the shit that you're leaving behind, that you feel so solidly about, you're so strong about, it's this fucked up Three of Swords energy. There's a Three of Swords energy that you're completely done with. You're like, fuck that. I don't mean to like curse repeatedly, but it's just like, screw that. Like, really, like some of these people need to go back to hell where they came from, because there does have to exist evil in the world for there to be angelic good. Good and bad have to exist. And so you have experienced it, and you're like, goodbye with that. And now that you're sort of trying to return to community, you're hesitant. I feel like all this energy is anxiety here. I feel it's anxiety because we have Seven of Cups reverse, resistance to make any choice, resistance to do anything, hesitancy to do anything, even borderline depression, staying in our bed, wondering what to do of ourselves because we've gone such a self-destructive path, or even on a destructive path following another. Maybe you didn't lead yourself to destruction, but another person led you to destruction, or so it seems. So right now it seems, because of how chaotic everything feels. You know, the lonely nights. It could be lots of things. Okay, this Three of Swords is telling me lots of things with sadness and brokenheartedness and just tender sweetness, like even just like understood energy. Like flamingos really to me represent an energy of being misunderstood. And Three of Cups reverse is just like this isolation you went through because it's embarrassing to show like what you've chosen, and the fact that what you've chosen has like done you dirty or gone wrong or isn't going the way that you want to, and it's like you're hopeful and now you're not so hopeful. I understand this. I understand this very well because like this is like your magic trick and it went sour and now it's like embarrassing because you don't really seem or feel so magical. I can feel this, but that's all right because we understand that you're also human, right? You're also human. And you make mistakes, and that's okay. We have Wheel of Fortune on half the deck. Okay, so you definitely are turning into some sort of luck or favor or shift. Okay, take it however it works for you because not everyone's going to receive luck. You know, if you've had it really lucky, your shift, just be mindful of what your shift is. And when you know ahead of time that there's a shift, you can be prepared for it and the shift won't be so low, okay? Because just be careful of that. But if you have been having bad luck, okay, look out for good luck. And you know, don't, again, this is another note to just be knowledgeable and wise about what you do with the fortune. If you do receive money or some sort of information or anything important, make sure you are mindful of what you are doing with things, with it. You know, karma, good karma, bad karma, that applies for you. Let's see what's up else. I have a Five of Cups, but reverse. This card's interesting because it's like, when you see the Five of Cups, normally it's like his head is bowed down, but he looks kind of prideful that some of these things have like fallen over. And like his hats, you know, like that he doesn't really care about those ones, that he's like kind of pretty proud of, like, who cares about those ones over there? I have these ones here. And so I think this is this energy that Spirit wants to highlight, that you do have options that you may not be considering right now. And that could be related because maybe you didn't know that these options are there for you. King of Peppermills. I have this feeling that it's just this idea has been extra protected for you. The Moon reverse. I'm going to get into another tarot and see what's up here, okay? What's going on for the collective? Just like, I definitely realized that something didn't work out here. And that's all right. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. This one definitely wants to see. I'm not taking these, though. So let's see. We have a 3 wands, but reverse. We have a 10 of wands, but also reverse. This is a Star card reverse. Nine of Wands. Sorry about that. Lots of Wands cards. Love to see that. And it's reflected in a way that makes sense here. You have... I was just picking at the different arcanas to be sure that these were wands or not. Just letting you know. But let's like reshuffle and see what comes out more. That's crazy. A lot that came out, but let's make that more clear. What else does the collective need to know in their situation? So everyone saw that came out, or tried to come out earlier. Now it's reversed. We have a 9 of Pentacles. A 9 and 9. And you have lots of 3s. Now the back of the deck energy is 4 of Cups reversed. Kindly, I'm going to say that with this 3's energy, some of you just don't have, you just don't want it. You don't have it for some things and some people. And that is okay. To recognize these things exhaust you. To recognize some energies, like you were putting too much energy forward or not enough energy forward. You recognize some of these things because of what you've been through, because of what you've carried, and now you're looking on how to, move on, what you need to carry on, instead of like just letting go of like unnecessary baggage. And some of us, our finances could incredibly improve. We would definitely prefer that. We definitely want that, alright? So a lot of us want to be rich and not have to think about bills or not have to think about the price tags or anything. But I pick up an energy of impatience, because it's like not only impatience with self, impatience with outside, how things are going like financially, but maybe impatient because like you do the work and you're like, when's the work gonna be like rewarding? When, and like you're refusing an attitude of gratitude doing that. You're like, when, it's, or sort of like you have an expectation that it's gonna come, and you stop working on yourself and you start just expecting things are gonna come. You gotta just keep working and flowing and keep going and keep just thriving and not worry so much about when, where, like, and just about like, how today can I take care of myself? How today can I be more patient or more compassionate or more loving or more kind to myself, and then add it to another. I have this go energy that I didn't talk about in the beginning of the reading, this 8 of Wands. Definitely this go energy. It's somewhere here. And that's so divine. It's so fine to have that. You, by all means necessary, protect that. But what I'm saying is, some energies are toxic and worth letting go of and going in a different direction. Okay, we have this go energy, so it's not definitely like go wherever you were going. It's going in an appropriate direction. Okay, and we have this 3 of Wands. Right, it's going to some of us need to hear that the decision we need to make isn't going to seem like the sweetest one, but it's not going to seem like the sweetest one initially. Like if you kind of like look more longer term or bigger scope, then you might see the sweeter picture or the bigger picture of things. And then if you look in the bigger picture and you don't see the sweet picture, if you don't see a future, if you don't see those things, okay, waste no minute longer, waste no other times longer. But some of us haven't seen things to a full enough scope yet. You got to give it that chance before you can make a decision. And that's what I think we have this Four of Cups too, is only press go when you've seen all that you need to see. You've asked every question. They've asked every question, whether it's a work situation or an intimate relationship kind of question or interview. With work situations, we have interviews. Ask them an interview back. Do you want to work for them? Not only do they want to hire you, but do you want to work for them? Ask those necessary questions, because if you don't, you might find those things out later. And then you're like, why didn't I ask these things sooner? Look, we have a spirit ally. Yeah, there was sugar up here recently, so I think that they're finding it. But that is all right. We coexist, and they do not harm us. But anyway, there's a lot of building going on, and I think that's an energy that you get with spirit allies as well. Like the timing of that showing up is just like a recognition that you're just building on yourself and what you want and what you need. Not only like can you meet their wants and needs, but can they meet yours. Ta-da! It goes both ways. Ace of Cups reversed. Maybe after having these conversations, you might have a harsh reality. Oops, there's a lot to talk about. Okay, there's a lot to talk about. I know that it's not just easy to make one decision or not, but go for the truth, okay? I don't feel like picking all these cards up, all right? There's a lot of shit to pick up, I think, between you and some of these connections, or you and this workplace. Maybe shit's messy at work, okay? It's awful to hear about that. It truly is not fun to hear about things not working out, but also it could be a congratulation about things not working out. I did hear some friends say it's a congratulations, but also not when it comes to certain things. When, like, recently one of my friends who karaoke's with me said that their relationship ending was for the best, basically. And like that is a claps, good for them, because it leaves space for the right person to come forward. It's hard out there in the dating world to find proper compatibility. Some of us, not some of us, I hope those of you in the collective, collective is not, wearing a mask in your connections, but it happens. You experience, reasons to want to hide, or your person wants to hide certain things, and that's their own journey. And you realize, okay, am I safe to share certain things in my workspace or in my intimate connection space? Will it be used against me? Will I be safe? This card says courthouse. I'm literally hearing that word, like anything you say or do will be used against you in the court of law, or whatever, that phrase that you hear people say. And it's true. You have to be truthful in court. You shouldn't have to go to court to be truthful, honestly. But if it has to come to that, you're gonna have to take someone to do that. This is your message. If you need to go, literally drive and do the paperwork, or bring someone, be supportive and bring someone to do that, or help someone get the papers. It could be that recently some of us got delivered papers. Some of us are in multiple layers of tracks here, but you feel like your journey has been kind of taken from you just because it didn't work out, right? It didn't work out, 24. And it's crazy that the 23 and 24 popped out together so separately, but they still came out together, because you did see me shuffle like so many times. And then we have sudden wealth 11. So it's just, despite things having been bad in the past, I think some of us were forced to be thieves, forced to steal, because we had lived it, we roughed it up, okay? Some of us have lived that life. Sudden wealth is just that you've done so much work to be past that, and that now you are wondering, is the person in my life my official person? Is this it, like right now? Like, these are some of these questions that you have. Am I ready to grow in a way to make this my official person? Some of us are not sure. Some of us are being forced to be in marriage situations. I was just watching the show Ultimatum on Netflix, and I think it's just so profound that some of these people had, I think like it's common, but they had a show based solely on people who had ultimatums where it's like, marry me or I'm gonna move on. But they made a whole escapade of it where the couples would shuffle themselves around, where they're compatible across one another, and they would have a trial marriage and another trial marriage with their original partner. And it's like, they dated more than, it's like crazy. And so like, you really question, like, when I have it good, who is my commitment and work and energy and all that stuff? Who's it gonna be for? What's my life gonna look like? You have unexpected income, sudden wealth, unexpected income. Like, all this hard work is going to come back to you for absolutely sure. And if you're wondering about your partner, they're here, they're in your life. It's a matter of choice. When you look at your person right in front of you, is it them? Or do you have to, like, do something to strengthen or solidify that? Or even, do something to, even if it's like, it could strengthen or solidify that person's not your person. There is some trouble being had here with thief, because I think that some of us have felt like someone's just taken a loved one away. Literally, it could be a child, it could literally be another partner, like cheated, or like the attention was kind of taken away. But this money is like, you want your money and your energy to show for something. You have lots of thoughts about a specific person or some individuals. Most of you is just a specific person, a mature woman I'm seeing, child, and journey. It could be these thoughts of like family, right? Just multiple, it could just be loved ones in general, and what it's like to be living privileged and having an occupation at which you feel your life is luxurious. And by luxury, I was reading this post that just says like, waking up and just doing what you want, that is luxury. And it doesn't have to be $1 million, it doesn't have to be billions of bucks. It could be waking up and watching Netflix, and that's what you want to do. That's luxurious. Some of us find that to be luxurious. Some of us find waking up and doing yoga to be luxurious. And then like waking up and like, I'm reading tarot cards, and I find that to be luxurious. Like and singing. Because that's just like what life of luxury is like for me. Just doing what I want. And so doing what you want is going to be your own unique idea and your own unique routine. You know, I've been taking in Zumba. I've been taking in all these good things for me, crystals, buying nice crystals for myself. And Three of Pentacles, another 3. We have so many 3s in your reading. So you may be resonating with 333. You may be resonating with some 4s as well. We have 7 of Wands as well, 10 of Pentacles, and 5 of Cups. We have another 5 of Cups, because remember we had that earlier. We have another 10, and more Knights. Okay. Excuse me. Excuse me. 10, another 10, but reverse. And we have a 9 of Swords reverse. That's, okay. Okay. Let's break this down. What is going on with the collective? Our intuition has guided us in a way that appears harmful because of when things have not worked out. You're just like, how and why did I have to get put through that? And that's just your own negligence of, like, you need to seek more for yourself or from yourself about your soul or about your history, your past. There is something that is should be known but isn't known to you. Like, it's this thing, the Empress. Okay, that's what I'm getting with the Empress reverse. And like something about history and how you feel, and something maybe traumatic or something kind of sketchy happened and we kind of don't really want to address it. This stuff with working on yourself, you need to stop fighting it. Okay, this is the sort of ending message here. We need to stop fighting our healing journey. We need to stop fighting it. It's hard to recognize mistakes in ourselves and flaws with ourselves and with our processing and our operating and things like that. It's hard to take these things in. It's hard to recognize, yes, where I've been fucked up, you know. And even if you do recognize that, it's hard to then recognize it and then apply yourself differently, because how you applied yourself has worked before, but at some point it doesn't work anymore. And when you hit that wall, you're like, what do I do? And I read this post as well saying that when you hit a wall with things, sometimes that wall is just there for you to rest. Okay, we have 10 of Pentacles reverse, because the groundingness is just, there's not enough time to rest or think or have space or like time to consider anything, time to think, none of that. There's no rest, or even there's too much time to think, you know, like where you overthink it, and like there's just an abundance of not thinking enough or thinking too much on it, and it ungrounds the situation, and you're left with facing yourself like, man, I just like fucked that up. How did I do it? Like, how did I fuck that up so bad? And it's just this like weird portrayal. It's like this vicious cycle, and it needs to be kind of protected. You need to be protected and loved in a different way, and you could receive that by having a different environment, like something that you realize that if you apply that, then like the result would change, you know, like everyone's their one choice about what that is going to be different. But we have this 10 of Cups here, this like, whatever you're not seeing a potential in, then don't put energy there. Don't put energy in what you don't see potential in. Only put energy in what you do see potential in. We have Queen of Wands, 2 Lions, doubling up on strength, doubling up on this good energy in the right direction. Like, don't even bother with these things that don't have potential in your eyes, or even if they don't have enough of it, you know, like take the energy off of that and put more energy on things that will be successful, on things that you will be attracted to and will, you know, like look forward to, and things that will be grounded. This Queen of Wands is literally sitting on a rock. So being grounded, being one with just like solidity. And this Queen of Wands is also holding a sunflower, and it's like just gasping in surprise and awe that, like, wow, we're here. You know, how did we get here? Because of this resilience of, even though growth is unwanted, unwarranted, or even if we're enthusiastic about it, it's going to happen anyway. So, just certain things is about making the best of things and not standing in our own way. You know, some of us, this bad thing happens to us, and we just go, oh man, of course this happened, and we just like give up. And you shouldn't go there. Rather, you go, man, all right, that happened, that sucks. I'm gonna figure that out. But in the meantime, I'm gonna boss up, double up on bossing up, and overcome that. And not only overcome that, but do better. Some of us need that reminder that you're capable of doing that, of showing proof of that, that you could face yourself, that you could overcome yourself, that you could do better, that you could have better, that you could see the whole situation through. Just because you don't see it now doesn't mean it won't be seen through or can't be seen through. Solid decision making can take you very far. And then if you cut your decision making short, you know, if you cut your decision process short, if you feel rushed by any means, overwhelmed by any means, if you just aren't solid by any means, you know that there will be some sort of consequence or high reward, right? Because when we deal with risk, there is high reward with high risk and lower rewards with lower risk. So honestly, just do at your own risk. How much are you willing to risk? Only put up that much, you know, and then adjust accordingly. I'm curious about one more message if I have the deck right now. We have the Seven of Pentacles reverse. Some of us are exhausted at even having to think about making a decision, and that's okay. Then don't. There will be success no matter how much time there is taken to do X, Y, or Z, as long as you are pacing yourself. Give yourself days and flexibility. That is about all I'm going to say about that. All right, and thank you for being a part of this reading, either now or in the future. I am really at wonder by my existence and sharing it with yours, and your existence and how much you guys share with me. I am hoping during the week some of y'all tune in into some sweeter energy, taking sweeter care of yourself and connecting. I'm thankful, just thankful for connection. You guys connect with yourselves, and then when you feel abundant, hopefully you guys connect with me or others. And the spirit ally ant, their name, you guys can let me know what their name could be. But anyway, it's going to be a good night here. You guys have a good morning, good afternoon, or good night wherever you guys are. Hopefully on your guys' journey, your growth is with your highest good, and that you grow in the right direction. There is growth in which you grow, you know, maybe toxic connections or that, you know, but with that, we have seen that crumble, and we are now in our next phase of being mindful. And yes, go ahead and share how things have adjusted or worked out for you, and how this reading applies for you if you care to share those. And then I hope to see you in the next reading on Monday. Happy weekend. Have a good rest of your week. Goodbye.